Hello everybody and welcome to another one of my YouTube videos. Today we're going to be playing in the T40, which is the American Tier 4 tank destroyer. We're here on mines, and as you can see it's a Tier 5 battle. I'm going to situate myself here early on. I thought that Su-85B might go into that position, so I thought I'd, instead of trying to jostle for the same position, I thought I'd go somewhere else. So he's moved, well, he's actually a little bit further west than I thought he would be, so to actually shoot onto the hill you've really got to be in sort of this position here, behind this rock and behind this bush. So I'm going to position myself here, and there's a few enemy tanks turning up. There's Panzer, the flak buses. My shot goes wild. I'm using the Howitzer or the DERP gun on this TD. You do have a choice of using this or the normal sort of M1 gun, but I prefer the DERP. It's just much more hilarious. I find it much more funny. So there's an MX-40. Line him up, drop a bomb on him, and take him out. I'm just waiting to see if any of these enemy tanks will peer over the, through the bushes on top of the hill there, but no one seems to want to come across at the moment. The score is still 2-2. There is an enemy Panzer 3-4 there at K1. He's made it all the way across. So we've got a camping KV-1S sitting at K5. So there's plenty of tanks in that corner. So I think it's pointless me staying here. We seem to have taken the hill, all the action on those 4 and 5 lines seems to have finished. So I'm going to go and help these guys in the village here. So there's this bush here on mines where you can quite safely shoot at things at a distance. I managed to miss the Excelsior there and hit the KV-1 behind him. And now I'm going to just peck away at this Excelsior. I mean, the DERP gun, obviously, the Excelsior's got quite a bit of armour, so I'm not going to be able to take him out in one shot, but I am going to keep him tracked there. Your annoyance value in this tank with the DERP gun is quite high, so you should use it as much as you can. Oh, and there you go. Managed to hit the KV-1 and set him on fire. That's the other sort of added benefit of using the DERP gun, is the sort of additional chance of setting people on fire, which is again very amusing. So despite my efforts, the game is still quite tight. The enemies seem to have completely crushed this sort of western flank. We've still got our camping KV-1S, but he's got a pair of medium tanks and a heavy tank further away to deal with. I don't really want to move from this position. I don't really have any armour on this tank, and I'm very susceptible to high explosive shells because of the open top. So I'm not going to move from this position, because this little position here, one, you're sort of protected from artillery by that sort of overhang by near the rock beside me, and two, I think that KV-1S is about to get taken out. I'm still looking for shots, but none of the enemy teams seem to be. Just spot that VK there. Can I get a quick shot? Line him up, fire, and miss. Our KV-1S gets taken out. I fire again, but again the VK's moving, so the long sort of travel time of that Howitzer shell means it's going to miss, but I know that STV-VZ39 will be coming up, so I position myself here, and there he is. Hit him, and that's another added benefit of using the DERP. You do get a lot of tracking shots, so he's stuck there, and my second shot finishes him off. Okay, there's still a VK who's rumbling up here, plus that Stug 3. We've got one enemy tank up there in the north, and he's facing that Matilda 4. He's facing off against a B1 on that T34 in the middle. There's me here, with our artillery. Again, I'm just going to wait here. As I said, this little overhang protects me from artillery, and it's quite a tough little, position to attack into. So, oh, spot that T34. Take him out with a HE shell. He was quite badly damaged, so as long as I hit him anywhere on his tank, he was going to get taken out. So just wait for these two tier 5 tanks to rumble up, and here comes the VK. My only fear in this location is if that Stug 3 sort of flanks around to the back of me and they attack me from both sides. I use this ridge here as protection. I just keep peppering the VK and set him on fire. He burns quite nicely for a fair amount of damage. I add to his pain. I think he was ammo racked, but he did manage to get a shot into him. That was the first bit of damage I'd taken, but as you can see, that's taken quite a chunk of my health away. I managed to snapshot the Stug as he was coming across and hit him in the tracks, tracking him, and doesn't seem to have repairs. And my second shot finishes him off. Still a bit wary of Artie, so after taking out the Stug, I crawl up here to get completely safe from any sort of artillery fire. But the Matilda Force found the SU-5 and has made short work of him, and that's basically the game. I managed to get 5 kills. Here are the results. I got a mastery badge and a high caliber. Remember, this is a tier 4 tank destroyer in a tier 5 game. I am top for damage, and by a considerable margin, with 1,579 damage. And yeah, then there you go. So the T40, it's a fun little tier 4 tank destroyer.